Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to have a good look around my Voge DS800X Rally and check every modification or change I've made to this bike since I've owned it. So starting at the front of the bike, I have the Anless Capra X tyres, which are a more 50-50 split on-road, off-road tyre, which were perfect for my Pyrenees ACT trip. We also have a high front mudguard, so I've kept the lower fork guards, took the lower mudguard off, modified the fork guard slightly, and then fitted this universal mudguard with some 3D printed brackets to get that to fit. GPR Tech were kind enough to send me one of their titanium bash plates, so that has been fitted, which also adds protection to the rear shock, but importantly to the coolant reservoir bottle, especially if you're removing the lower mudguard. You no longer have that protection there. Talking about protection, we also have the Barkbuster handguards, which are much more substantial to the originals that come on the bike. I haven't had to use them yet, but I'm sure that they are more than up to the job. We tried a few different versions of the AliExpress levers and eventually settled on these ones that can be adjusted in length to get the reach right. They are reach adjustable from here and they fold up. So I would recommend these levers, but the originals are alright as well, I guess. We have a few different mirror types. We have the double take mirrors on at the moment, but we also have some others very similar. Plus the original mirrors do actually fold, so there's probably no need for this type of mirror. I just went for them to make some videos. We have the Moto GB screen adjuster. I think this is the Mark III model that's on there at the moment that I'm just testing for them. That allows you to raise and lower the screen. I have that set in a specific position just because of the Aoocci tablet holder that I've got. So that's a 3D printed made by Andy on the bike, and that allows me to run an 8-inch tablet for all the off-road mapping. We also have a screen protector, which I did make a pig's ear of fitting, but it's doing its job and that's absolutely fine. We do have the DNA air filter in here, but I don't think it makes much difference to the original, so unless you're wanting one that you could clean, the original is more than good enough, I would imagine. Probably better at filtering as well. We have the SW Motec tank bag ring. This is the magnetic pro version, which allows you to quickly and easily get your tank bag on and off the bike. Moving down the side, you can see I've taken the rubber footrests out. That's just to give better grip on your boots for off-road. And you can see my battery connector there just sticking out the side, so I can put that on charge. We are running the Scorpion exhaust at the moment. Difficult to see when we have the Voge luggage on, but I'm running the Scorpion, the black version there, and I do actually have the baffle in place at the moment. Also running the Anless Capra X tyre on the back. That's done about 2,000 miles now. Still looking good and going strong. We've got a private plate with this bike, R800 DSX. I just bought it because I thought it was a fun plate to have for the bike. We have the full luggage system on there. That was about £700 when I bought it, but they're now doing it for £300, which to me is an absolute bargain. Definitely worth getting. You may have seen some of the issues that the chain guide has been having. I've done a separate video on that, but I took that off completely and made sure that everything had Loctite and was secure, because you don't want that coming off and busting anything up there. This side of the bike is pretty standard. I've not done anything with that. The other modification under the seat is changing the screws for these tabs so they can just pull off there. Makes it a lot easier to take the seat off without needing any tools. The bike has had a remap from BHP UK, which was really to help with the low-end throttle on and off with the Euro 5 Plus. It has helped a little bit, but it's not completely eradicated the issue. Some people are finding that the software update has helped. Other people have adjusted the throttle cables to make sure there's no slack. I am going to update to the version 5 now, and then we'll see how we get on. But that's everything that I've done to this bike since I've owned it. I've had it since new in September 2025. So that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed that walk around. Catch you in the next video. Cheers. See you later. Bye bye.